isn't totally back to normal.
Here we are
Hey,
once again. And I think we recorded the fact that you're still hoarse.
I am still hoarse. Like it's been 2 weeks. Um, yeah, it's been. I did that cleanse, that emotional cleansing, and lost my voice, and really hasn't come back yet. I mean, it's kind of back, but
That's wild. It's wild to
I
me.
know.
I
Well,
just
it
went,
just shows you the power, right? The power of sometimes of a cleanse. I don't think I've been hit that hard before. Um, all I did was light a freaking candle and cry a little. Like, it really seemed like that much of a big deal at the time.
damn it.
And then I was
Oh,
like throwing up for 4 hours, and can't talk anymore. And
oh
then,
God. Oh my God. Well, oh my God. That
you
would
know,
do it. That
woo,
would fucking do it.
woo.
Well, I mean, we just have to keep swimming, but you sound sexy, so you got that going for you.
Well, there you go.
That's
So,
really all that
what do
matters.
you want to talk about today, Hillary?
Well, today,
Today.
and I have all my power stones on. I've got all
Oh, look
my
at you! I gotta fix my little paper. Okay, something
my
just fell off.
turquoise power stones.
Okay, got the
Where are
power.
you going?
I got the
Where-
power. I got my little thingy. It fell. Okay, good. Okay, so
Are you ready?
yeah.
Where- Fear, 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 fear. We need a
I'm
rap song for
afraid.
fear.
I don't want to do fear. I'm afraid.
Fear is fucked. No, fear is a vibration that I know. I'm a little grr, as I led with, and I'm gonna continue with my F bombs. And
Well,
one of my
Leo,
girlfriends
there's
is like,
something going on with Leo or Sat. I don't know. Somebody just
"Oh,
so
oh,
you're
the
like the
Scorpio,
oh
Scorpio,
Scorpio. Okay.
full moon."
Oh yeah, it's coming up.
Oi, and one of my girlfriends is like, maybe just like 1/3 less F bombs, and I'm like, no, fuck no, I gotta be me.
I love that. Less F bombs. Fuck no.
Fuck no. If I offend the clutching pearls, I mean, stop it. Come on, god damn it.
Well, it is who
Woo.
you are. It is who you are, babe.
hmm
We're all about authenticity. Just go with it.
We really, really are. Okay, we kind of need a little rap for fear. False evidence appearing real. Fear. Okay, I can't carry a tune in a bucket. I was hoping
Oh,
you were going to pick up that baton.
I'm just laughing too much watching you like do a little
Okay.
jig over there. Oh my god. It's
Oh,
going on in Colorado. Like what's with the water in Colorado right
I'm a dork. No, it's THC all the way. No, I actually put it on my shoulder because
now?
oh,
Okay.
yeah,
So
fear.
fear is kind of our, it's kind of my new thing is fear. I'm all about power, 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 and stepping into our authentic power and what happens and how to reclaim our power and blah, 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 blah. Been doing that for a long time. So then I was like, oh my God, I think there's a whole lot about fear in here because every time I turn around, I feel like I'm in fear. Um, but what I've really kind of started to look at, and hell, you and I have both like really have been diving into this,
Yeah,
is is identity fear. And it's one thing we always think, oh, I'm afraid of success, I'm afraid of failure, or I'm afraid of losing all my money, or I'm afraid so and so might leave me, or we're just afraid of things. But what it's I think really how we combat this fear and reclaim our power is really understanding what it is that we are afraid of
yeah,
and what are we doing, and sort of the little like I guess tells that say, oh, I must be afraid of this because I'm doing this, right? So I must be afraid of X because I'm doing Y. um so linear. Oh fuck.
well, but here's the great thing about that. Sorry to interject, but it's also, my dear sweet Gemini, it is feeling what you feel and going, what's going on here? Our
Mhm.
emotions are our tell, not just our actions to prevent whatever fear.
Right. Right. But a lot of them, like if we think of, okay, so procrastinating, well, people think I'm procrastinating, I'm lazy, but procrastination is a real tell that you're afraid of failure or you're afraid of success. And when you go into that sort of category, it's like, well, how does feel the fear of failure or fear of success? How does that um, how does that come into my identity? So what does that mean about me? Well, am I afraid to fail because of what people will think of me? Am I afraid to succeed because then I'll get a promotion and then I'll be above people and then what will they think of me? So it always comes back to the golden child, yourself. Always comes back to yourself. It's
Yeah.
that little narcissistic piece of us. It really does. All fears come back. All fears come home. They're all come home to you.
Well, one really important piece again to this is fear becomes it can become a chemical reaction in our brains, our bodies, and we're taught it. We learn it honestly at our parents' knees, um, and sometimes I mean most of the time, I mean there is fear that saves our asses. You
Oh,
know, it's fight or flight. It's like okay, back when we were chased by saber-toothed tigers, it serves. But when it paralyzes, when the
100%.
perfectionist comes online and and
Mhm.
and the procrastination and it sabotages our lives. But the point I'm trying to make is it's frequency, it's vibration. And the vibration, the energy begets energy. It is basic fucking physics and we can talk ourselves down. We can face fear and say okay, this is its origin, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm afraid of. We can debunk, but we really have to rewire literally the brain and our chemistry and all those neural pathways that go right off the fucking rails with fear,
Yeah.
thinking we're protecting ourselves. But what we're doing is lining up with more of that which we
Don't
fear.
want. Right. Right.
Right.
But, and so beautifully said,
Well,
Hillary,
thank
by the
you.
way. Um, and, and so I think I know it kind of gets in a lot of my clients' way, is that they don't think that they're afraid, right? So, cause they don't understand, like let's take the people pleaser when you're in a relationship, or when you test somebody. Have you ever done that? Oh my God, I've done that. Where you test them like, you love me now? Oh, okay. Let me
How
try
about
something else.
now?
You still
How
love me? How about
about
now?
now?
You love me now? Like
Ooh.
for me, that I didn't even realize when I used to do that, that
Mm.
was a fear of commitment. I was afraid of being hurt. I was afraid of commitment. And I was afraid of, oh my God, like what will it, what does it mean about me if they don't love me? What if they leave me? So I might as well figure this out real quick. So I just, I just throw them a bunch of crap. Excuse me.
Mhm. Proving trust. I mean, trust is a big deal in
Mhm.
relationships. It's foundational. And a lot of women do that subconsciously or
Right.
consciously.
And
And
so what
men.
it is, it's all subconscious, right? So that's what I'm saying. And we don't even realize that that's an indication, one of about probably, I don't know, I have a list of them, but it's this one little indication of, oh, it's not about them. It's actually about me. And I'm doing this. And it's a pattern that I'm doing to try to get trust because I don't trust or I'm scared to commit because I'm scared of rejection, blah, blah, blah. And I say blah, 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 because I figure we all know this stuff, but maybe we don't. Um, so that's what I'm saying. There's these little tells, these little subconscious things. It's like getting triggered. We don't understand that our triggers are all about us and not about the other person, right? That's kind of new, cool information that's coming out these days. And I think fear is kind of in that same category. No.
Absolutely. And again, that's why I say get in touch with what you're feeling. And that is, whoa, particularly in our cultures, it's like no negative emotion is you, no, no, no. But to get in touch with what you're feeling and where it originates. Again, this is shadow territory, but it really does guide us to everything. The fears, and in that we have power, but it's always, as to your point, an inside job. It's not about controlling the outside world, other people, whomever, whatever, so that we mitigate our fear. It's all inside. It's an inside job. So
It is an inside job.
but you're right, it's sneaky. It's
Very
always
sneaky.
sneaky.
Always.
And many don't want to admit they're in fear.
Yeah.
I mean, my dear sweet dismissive avoidant would never admit he was in fear every time he ran. And he just, per last week's podcast, as I shared, he just would blame me and run. But what's driving the engine is his fear of rejection, abandonment, being found out that he's not enough, whatever. But so we really do have to do deep dives. Deep
Well, and can I interrupt
dives.
you for a moment because that's
Yeah.
so like exactly on that example. He doesn't, I think, like the majority of people, he's not feeling. I mean, he's feeling afraid, but what he's doing is it's the action, right? And the action is what will lead you down the golden path to the emotion.
Mm,
Because it's like for him, it's like he does X, right?
mhm,
He runs,
mm.
he blames, and then he runs, and he
Yeah,
thinks it's all your fault.
yeah,
Um, and then he's like, well, I got to get out of here because I
yeah,
don't like this. So
yeah,
he would never, like, if you said to him, follow your feelings, he'd go, what feelings? You're an idiot. I'm out of here. Like,
yeah,
I got no feeling about that. I'm
yeah.
just
Let's
pissed off and you're an
anesthetize
idiot.
those. We
Pissed
gotta
off and
anesthetize those. Fuck feelings. Yeah.
right?
Sorry, I digress. Go ahead. Fuck it all.
So, so kind of where I'm backing up our bus a little bit, Hill.
I appreciate that explanation because you're
Yeah,
right.
because they're like, I think for a lot of us, um, and most of us who haven't, are just getting into the work or haven't really, are just sort of going, what the hell is going on with my life? And is this all there is? And oh my God, there is no understanding of what to feel yet. Because I think of myself even 6 or 7 years ago, and I remember going to this program for like a year and they kept saying, yeah, just drop into your heart. Just feel it. I'm going, feel fucking what? Like, I
I was
don't
gonna
even have
say,
a heart.
I was
I
gonna say
got
that
nothing.
deserves an F bomb. Fuck all y'all.
Totally. It's like, I had cut off my heart so long ago. I'm like, feel what? Like, I don't know what you're all talking about. Um, and if you could say, well, when you do X, like when you people please, that is your way of making sure you don't get abandoned and
Your fear,
rejected. That's your fear coming in. I'm like, I'd be
fear
like,
of abandonment, fear of unlovability. The people
yeah,
pleaser is like, let me do for you, let me prove my worth by making you happy and
right.
forgoing myself at all fucking costs. And God, is that one hell of a fear engine?
Right. And then the fear even goes deeper than that because the shadow that created that fear of rejection, that fear, when the people pleaser, the
Proving your
shadow that is the
lovability.
people pleaser, the fear is if I am rejected, I have no value, right? It's again, it comes to here. So all these fears go back to like, well, who am I if I get rejected? Who am I if I don't have this relationship? Who am I if I don't have this bank account, this house? Who am I if I don't have this job? And and it's almost like, well, who am I if I get a better job? Some people can't, their systems can't live in that leveling up. Or who am I if I have a great relationship because I'm used to being treated like a piece of crap? Who am I in that? Like it doesn't resonate, right? And
Who
so
am I? Yeah, go ahead.
no,
Sorry.
no, please go
Who
ahead.
am I if I don't prove my lovability? Who am I? And will I be loved?
Right,
Massive
but it
fear.
but it goes down to it's a
Mhm.
value thing, right? It
Yeah.
all comes back down to our value of who we are.
It really is fucking telltale because the value or the lack of it, self love,
Yeah.
this is all about self awareness so that you
Yeah.
can face the fact that, there's some work to do on how you really ultimately feel about yourself, what you feel worthy of.
Hmm.
And that it's even possible to create a life or a love story or financial freedom or whatever it is that it's your fucking birthright. There's really nothing to prove except to own that you're worthy. It does, I mean, all roads lead back to self-love, but it starts with awareness. And I love
Yeah.
this identity piece. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because
I think it's pretty important. I think this identity thing is really interesting because if I look at some people, and how, when you've been married 20, 30 years, um, you start to, you kind of ignore lots of signs, right? You ignore stuff because you've been married so long. You're like, yeah, whatever. But
yeah,
it's like, why are you ignoring some very important things? Well, it's like, well, if I don't have this relationship, what will become of me? Right? It's like, I don't know how to do alone. I don't know how to fend for myself. I don't know how to I not have a husband or a wife. I like, what would my children think? What like, will I have this? Will I be poor? Will my children never talk to me again? Like, there's so much in these fears, and how we act in order to, I think, what is it, over, like, get not have to deal with them, right? Not have to get in there and think about
yeah, absolutely. I mean, and a lot of these are societal shoulds that just people just blindly go into. As a fucking Aquarian, I can say, obviously never married, and I'm like, oh my God, if we're not growing together, I'm out. But it takes me a minute to get there. But regardless, yeah, I mean the setup in our societies really
it.
can create that abyss of losing yourself and what really matters to you if you're just blindly doing the should list. Um, but yeah, that
Yeah.
fear. Yeah, it's real. It's something. It can paralyze us for life. Um,
It can. It's interesting when you say about the shoulds of society. Like, just think of our belief systems, from politics to religion to how we think of people in the world. I know I was brought up to say, well, innately people are bad. Don't trust people. Don't trust anyone. That's one of my family motto. Don't trust anyone. Um,
egads.
Gads is right. But think about that belief system. It's like, oh, what if I, like, how do I trust? No wonder I would put people through the ringer and test them because I was brought up not to trust people. Um, and then it's like, debunking that belief system is is scary. It's really scary for me. It's not as much anymore, but it's like, oh my God, like, because the my innate thought is, my automatic thought is, oh, I'm gonna get screwed here. I'm gonna, like, something bad's gonna happen. So you
Yeah.
hang on to your beliefs because the thought of what could happen to you is, on the other side, is like debilitating, paralyzing. It's
Absolutely. And we think we're protecting ourselves. We do. We think we're protecting ourselves with these belief systems, limiting beliefs, and the fears.
and we
Humans,
don't even really realize, hey, hell, we don't really realize that they are limiting beliefs, because they
yeah,
just are.
yeah.
Like, they're the truth.
Well, our limited truth.
Well, I get it, but they're our. It's not the truth. It's just our truth.
Yeah, this is my
It's not
truth.
the big truth. It's our truth. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, since I'm still smack in the middle of this heart journey, this journey through the end of this relationship, it's like the ex is like, my walls protect me and I want my walls, and I'm like, walls you may think protect you, but you're not letting the love in. You're not letting the love in. And I mean, I would, as a teacher, try to debunk his limiting beliefs around every corner. But it really is that intense, that fear, the fear of getting hurt. And damn, most people will hang on to their fears thinking, I'll be safe. And it's the opposite. It really robs you of, like I just said, love, connection, the more of you, financial freedom. I mean, stepping into your purpose and passion, fear of leaving your fucking job that you loathe and it's sucking you dry. I mean, all these fears that, I mean, most humans do the shoulds and do what they feel they have to do to drudge through. I mean, life's a bitch and then you die, through all kinds of fucking limiting beliefs and fears that keep them paralyzed. And that's why we do what we do here. It's like, oh my God, stop it. Shine a light on it and just do the work to face it and heal it, integrate it, and be brave and bold. I mean, I'm being brave and bold right now. I am
Yeah, you are.
all up in my fucking heart and going deep into the patterns, the energies, the fears, the limiting beliefs. It's not a joyride. But
No. Well, and the one, another important part to all this is our brains really are our worst enemy in this because they hold on tight. Like, the amygdala, when you're in fear, you're everything goes into the amygdala. So it automatically contacts the amygdala and goes, "Rear, rear." And then, cortisol levels and go up and adrenaline comes in. And there's no resources in your prefrontal cortex, which is your logical thinking brain, to think. And so, all we're doing is reacting. And when
yeah,
you're reacting, you're in fight, flight. What is it? Fawn, appease, fawn, or something. I know they added
freeze.
more.
Yep.
Freeze, appease, fawn. Um, and so your choices of how you react are so limited.
Yeah.
They're just so limited, which is why we go into these patterns of behavior and we do what we've always done because that's actually kept us safe as when we are young. And so when we're in this fear, which unfortunately the world today is just all about fear, like everybody's in fear of something, whether it's losing their money, losing their jobs, losing their freedom, being deported, losing, their relationship. Everything is up for grabs right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's so then we're not in fear because of one little thing. We're just in general, our amygdala is just like going crazy.
It is nuts. And I really did. I'm glad you segued there because I did want to address that because the powers that be, we'll do a podcast there at some point, are stoking the fear. They
I
are
love it.
they are just trying to keep the masses doing what they've always done, and they control the masses with fear and drama trauma, and the masses believe that it's that outside fucking force, whether it's our stupid fucking political system in the States, blame. It's like, oh my God, if he weren't there and this weren't happening,
Right.
my life would be gentler and I
Exactly.
wouldn't be in all this fear. I mean, the markets, the financial crash, the all the freedom, that what we knew humans like, uh, the status quo, so that they don't have to feel fear. Oh my God, what's happening? All this change. So the rub here is, again, it is never about the exterior, the outside. It really is an inside job, and I can get arrows in the back for that. I mean, like, wait, I just lost my retirement. So fuck you, Hillary. It is
Right.
the fact that this is happening, or it is the fact that half my family was picked up and fucking gone, or it is that my heart's breaking and I see the inhumanity and the cruelty and the evil. And as a human that has empathy, it's like, oh my God, there's so much driving this fear, fear, fear. But I have to say, we really have to, I mean, again, I've said this many times, mitigate, do your fear damage, go in and practice gratitude, even if there have been losses, even if you're terrified, the future is so unknown. But my rambling point is, we're going to get through this, but for the individual and the collective, the way through is to really, because it is energy. Fear is a energy that really, you put it out there and it comes back. It really does. And the universe will give you more and more examples of why you should be fearful. I mean, I don't want to get too esoteric on this, but you've got to do everything you can. Turn off the fucking news. Um, Take care of yourself. If you need to take your money out of the market, whatever you need to do, but again, not all the action steps before you go in and tend to all these fears that are rampant. Did I go down too many rabbit holes?
Yeah, no, no. So, but I think if I'm just, can I just wrap that one up for a sec? Because I think that
Yeah,
the ending of that is just to know that you're beautiful, you're valuable, um, you're lovable, just the way you are. So, if you do lose, as we, even I'm losing every day, money and money, 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 in the markets, but it has no bearing on who I am. It, it's, and so it's just kind of going, okay, so I may not know what's going to happen in 10 years when I don't have any money left. But I'll figure that out because I know who I am. I know, and it's just really about coming back to you. And as you always say, come home to yourself. Don't abandon yourself and give up on yourself. And it's like, okay, so this is crap. This is total shit. It's a shit show. Um, but you got to keep your head about. You got to keep your head about you because you can't be in that and I say can't in a very strong way because we really have to keep our heads out of the amygdala, our brains out of the amygdala. We got to be thinking. And the way to do that is just to always, as Hillary always says, come home to yourself. I'm lovable and valuable just the way I am. If I've got nothing, I'm still a valuable human being. So now what? Right?
yeah,
Like you got to come home to you, center yourself, ground yourself, and then say, now what? Now what
yeah,
can I do?
yeah,
Because if we go, oh my God, I'm losing money every day, and like then you're off center. You're gonna we that's when we make mistakes, right? That's when we pull our money out when everything's low. And if we had waited a little bit, if we could have, it would have gone back up. Or it's just when we make some silly mistakes, we start treating the people around us terribly, right? And that's not helpful because then everyone's on edge and everyone's cranky at each other, and then you want to leave your spouse or leave your job, leave your then everything just it blows up. We end up blowing up our lives. So we just really need to come home to ourselves.
yeah, yeah. And also, whatever exercises. I mean, I always say when severe anxiety is on line, instantly breath work can bring you back. It changes your brain chemistry
Mm-hmm.
instantly.
Yeah.
And meditation, and I mean cardio. There are so many things to combat the fear that's taking over, but also to remember, what, things always do work out. And as I've said, what keeps me sane and my empath from fucking jumping off a bridge, is I absolutely unequivocally know that the breakdown has to happen, so that, as I've been so redundant about this, that these systems in all our societies need to fucking, the evil, the greed, the control, the lies all need to be exposed, and it needs to be rebuilt on a more inclusive, conscious foundation for the greater good. Now, we're still in the breakdown phase. And if you tune into that, you're going to be in excruciating pain and fear, gripping, paralyzing, rageful fear. And I mean, we see it all over social media. It's like, oh shit, do not focus all your attention there. Do take care of your world and yourself. Extreme self-care, extreme self-love. Face these fears, and and you're not powerless in taking care of yourself. You may think you are, because the powers that be make you feel like, oh my god, they're running the show and I'm just getting batted around here. And that's just, it's not true. You do not have to tune into all this drama trauma. The breakdown is going to continue for the next, I'm going to say, year or more, until there is light through the darkness. And I'm telling you, I'm esoterically speaking, which can make a lot of people's ass tired that want the brass tacks and the evidence now. But there are brilliant minds and hearts in place already working on systems to replace the ones that are being blown up. And we will get there, but know that eventually this is for the greater good of the collective and individually. We have to evolve now. So do your damnedest to, I want to say, eradicate the fear, as impossible as that sounds.
Yep. Yep. I mean, that really is what all you can do at this point. Is feel the fear and do it anyway, as they say, is just kind of, we're going to be in fear, and it's not going to feel good, but you got to know you're safe and you're okay.
No matter what
No
happens.
matter what. Yeah. And that's the only access, as you said, about feeling powerless. Your only access to feeling like you have some control, feeling like you have some power in your life, is to not let the fear run you. Right. So
Yeah.
you really got to start digging, digging into those fears, and what's at the base of those fears. What is it about you that, you don't want the world to see, or you don't want to, a way you don't want to live, or the way you don't, want to have to deal with? Like, what is all that that's deep down in there that's about you? What is that? And how can you find, um, how can you find some peace? And it's just really the awareness work, the inner child work, the shadow work, right?
Yes,
We get down to the bottom of that.
absolutely. But also, survival fear is no joke. Survival fear is what a lot of people are in right now.
Oh, I
And
think
and
everybody
and
to
the,
some degree, yeah.
yeah, and so it is terrifying to think that you could lose your home, or that you can't feed your children,
Hmm.
or you're, and that frequency is, it's so crippling. And so I just, without sounding Pollyanna or in denial, there again, as you just said, there are ways to soothe yourself and to say, debunk. You're, go. Things always do work out. I'm going to be okay, and right now I am safe, and there, if you believe, like I believe, that you're guided, I am divinely guided. I will follow the divine breadcrumb trail. I know that I am seen, supported, and deeply loved. And I mean, it is my spirituality that saves my ass when I feel like I'm circling the drain. And so whatever helps you restore some faith in yourself, your life, yeah, you have to reach. You have to dig deep and reach. There are tools, teachers, tactics, our work, getting help, uh, you can't live in fear. You just cannot.
And you're not alone,
Yeah.
right? Because fear really makes us feel very alone, and that nobody understands, and nobody's where we are, and nobody feels what we're feeling. And I think now, this time more than any other, the last thing anybody is alone in this.
No. And it takes courage to ask for help, and it takes courage to share your story.
Yeah.
Um, don't you're like Les just said, you're not alone, and circle, get the wagon circled. You know, what more
Yeah.
should we say on this one?
Well, I think I don't know. I think we can just save it for our next podcast.
All right, all right, just keep swimming. I love that line in Finding Nemo. It's a great one.
It is.
But also, oh shit, Ellen DeGeneres' character, the little fish. What the
Dory.
hell's
Dory.
Dory?
Dory.
Dory was great because she had the, I mean, again, referencing Ted Lasso, the goldfish, the
Yeah.
fish memory, like every millisecond, Dory forgot, which is kind of freeing. And
It
that's,
is actually.
it's kind of like, that's another
Yeah.
thing. Don't let your history or what you've gone through or the hell or the obstacles or the pain or the whatever dictate what you're going to create in the future. Be a fucking goldfish and realize that you're creating your reality with every single moment. So be deliberate and dogmatic and awake, aware, and accountable as to what you're creating. And what you're creating, fear, is not the life that you want to create. So love yourself through this. It comes back to love and
Hallelujah.
a plate of Ben and Jerry's,
Amen to that.
or
Can I get an
or
amen up in here?
oh, I can't use that shoulder. Hell yeah, amen. Or buttery shark. No, those are addictions. Where was I? Fuck it. Or get together with a good friend. You get your ass down here, Canadian.
I don't think they're going to take me. I think they're going to kick me out of the border.
Oh, that's right. You'll probably get locked up. I'd have to go on a major search for you somewhere.
Yeah, probably. It's possible.
No. Okay.
Possible.
All right.
I just can't say that I'm going to work there.
No, don't
There'd
say
be no
that.
work.
No, no, no. Okay, false evidence appearing real.
Rear.
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 Real.
Rear view mirror. Put it
Yeah,
in the rear view.
that one. Yeah.
Thanks,
Real.
Midge.
Smudgy. Okay, so look at it, and what false evidence is trying to tell you you're in trouble, because it is a fucking lie, generally speaking.
And it's going to feel incredibly real.
Yeah,
So,
true.
one thing in one of the power tools in my book is to, or a couple of them put together is, what's another perspective? What's another way you can look at this? Always challenge your assumptions and your perceptions.
Yes.
Always. Because
Reframe.
you
Yes.
think that it's the truth, but it may not be. And so, a great way to look at it is like, is anyone else thinking what I'm thinking? Is there another way to look at this?
Yeah.
Right. So you really want to look at, it's your perspective from your upbringing and how you've taken on life, but it
Programming.
doesn't mean it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's just a perspective.
Yeah. And
You know?
in that, it's just energy, and you can change that.
Yeah.
And in that, you change your point of attraction and you change your life. But it does take building these muscles. It really does take wanting so much to change your life that you do the work to change your life.
Yep. You got to get to the subconscious gym, baby.
That's right.
The subconscious.
Okay. I fucking love you.
Okay. Love you too. Bye.
All right. Next week, gang, we'll be back.
We will be. Lucky you.
All our love and support. You got this. You got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.